admit. Oh, look at everyone's rolling in. Rolling. Hello. Oh, I think this is muted. This was muted. Sweet. Hello, ladies. Welcome to the final countdown. Well, it's the final day. Is this foggy? My computer's just kind of old.
You could see.
It's the same.
Oh, well,
Yeah, it's the same.
you could have seen.
No, it's a little bit different.
I think it might be the sun.
It is the sun. It's also this Dell. It's also the Dell. It is what it is. Okay, welcome. We are here for the final day. I think a lot of people are going to be in person tonight. So there's not going to be many on virtual, which is great because you guys get a little extra lovey-dove.
Bye, Tay.
Bye, Tay. See you soon. All right, so we are here with the final day, and there's so many things that we want to cover. We're actually going to split things up a little bit differently this time. We're going to do the breath and sound pretty much right away in the beginning, just so that we can, for Jamie, duh. No, it's so that we can explore our emotions a little bit deeper. Hi, Amanda. And just talk about celebrating ourselves. What just happened? That was weird.
That is you said celebrate. I love that because in a different accountability group that I'm in, we share the energy that we're choosing to embody that day.
Mm-hmm.
I shared celebration.
Today?
Yep.
Oh,
today
sweet.
we embody celebration.
Okay, where am I? Right here. Present. Hi. Okay. Week 6, the rise. All right. So many things we're covering today, but not really, actually. It's a lot of community today and a lot of integration today. So today we are going to be talking about, we're starting with the rise and using your voice and sharing your story. And we're going to look at how that looks in different ways and how we can. Car, Sandy's. Okay, and garbage. Great. That my kids put under the table yesterday. Yogurt, yummy. Anyway, so using your voice, using your story to kind of taking a look at the story we've shared with others and how we look at our own lives and the things we say about our lives. So this is like the things that you complain about, the things that we judge other people about, that we judge ourselves for, and just reframing our story to impact other people and how we can really use our voice to create community and connection, because that is something that we've done. And admitting somebody, please hold. Hi, Cassie. So using our story to impact the people that are meant for us. Then we'll do a partner share, just sharing on how this made us feel, how we feel about sharing our stories with other people. And do know that it's important to be very honest about where you are, because it's very easy to be like, yeah, I share my story all the time. I talk about, the things that I've experienced and da 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 da. But it's really like, do you feel that your story is one of enabling, or do you feel it's one of empowerment? So taking a look at that difference and how you can really start to reframe that in your mind. Then we'll do a bathroom break, because then we'll get into the breath and sound right after that. And then getting into the final countdown of the 6-week timeline. You can see a letter to you in the future, and then confidence, clarity, and connection, and then next steps from here. So I think that we are starting with this story, the elephant story, which is something that Lauren shares. She's been sharing it at conference since we started in 2022. And this was really inspired from a conference that we went to called Rise in Dallas, Texas in 2019. Mm-hmm. Yep, right before COVID. Mm-hmm. We went together with a friend, Katie Henry, and Jen Hitmaker. Hatmaker shared this story. She was one of the speakers, and this was kind of like the tiny seed that planted in in our brains that we wanted to create a community. And we've been sharing this story. And if you guys have been in the in-person, every single week we give gifts. And one of those gifts was a little elephant necklace or a rise up necklace. And that's where this story really originated. So Lauren's going to share the story, and then she's also going to share what it means for her. And then you guys can start to think about how this has shown up in your own lives as well.
I love this so much. I'm wearing my elephant necklace right now. I'm working with a tattoo artist for the longest time, but for an elephant tattoo. But Prabhu, that's all right. Girl, you had a busy weekend.
Where the heck are you? What do you mean your flight? Where are you?
I'm home, but we were supposed to fly to Hilton Head yesterday out of Green Bay, and there was a fiasco. So I am still home and trying to get out today. But I was like, I really need to do this because I don't feel great about this situation, but there's nothing I can do. So it's like, this will make me feel better.
Sweet. All right. Well, thank you for showing up.
You can't control much, but you can control what you're doing. So instead of perseverating and having anxiety about it, you're choosing to do this. Thank you for that, because I need that in my life as well. So we're going to read the elephant story today. And like Ash said, then sharing to you guys what it means, and let's just having like a partner share about it as well. So, as you guys know, this story is about elephants, as all good stories begin. See, in the wild, when a mama elephant is giving birth, all the other female elephants in the herd back around her in formation. They close ranks so that the delivering mama cannot even be seen in the middle. They stomp and kick up dirt and soil to throw attackers off the scent and basically act like a pack of badasses. They surround the mama and incoming baby in protection, sending a clear signal to predators that if they want to attack their friend, their sister, while she is vulnerable, they'll have to go through 40 tons of female aggression first. And when the baby elephant is delivered, the sister elephants do two things. They kick sand or dirt over the newborn to protect its fragile skin from the sun, and then they all start trumpeting. A female celebration of new life, of sisterhood, of something beautiful being born in a harsh, wild world, despite enemies and attackers and predators and odds. And scientists tell us this. They normally take this formation in only two cases: under attack by predators like lions, or during the birth of a new elephant. And this is what we do. When our sisters are vulnerable, when they are giving birth to new life, new ideas, new ministries, new spaces, when they're under attack, when they need their people to surround them so that way they can create and deliver and heal and recover, we get in formation. We close ranks and literally have each other's backs. You want to mess with our sister? Come through us first, and good luck. And when delivery comes, when new life makes its entrance, when healing finally begins, when the night is past and our sister is ready to rise back up, we sound our trumpets because we saw it through together. We celebrate, we cheer, we raise our glasses, and we give thanks. Maybe you need this too if you're closing ranks around a vulnerable sister, or if your girls have you surrounded while you are tender. This is how we do it. There is no community like a community of women and also men. And this story proves that you are never alone, and you will always have people around you who are there for you. Isn't that one of the most moving things that you've ever heard? I love that story so much because that is exactly after Ash and I heard that story. I believe it was right after that. We looked at each other and we're like, yeah, we get to make this happen in Green Bay. We don't know how. We don't know what it's going to look like, but something with being in the space that we were, hearing that story, we're like, we get to have our own circle, have our own community of elephants, and we get to rise together and we get to circle around each other because nobody should go through things alone. And then that's kind of when the seed of all of the things are planted. That's when we got started with the empowered movement and then empowered leaders. And then she had abundance movement boxes, and ultimately Rise of Experiences is where we are today. And you guys will see sometimes if we're posting in our groups, we'll be like, okay, guys, we need to circle around our sister right now because she's struggling. And we'll have a picture of an elephant. And that's just symbolizing not needing to know exactly what's going on, because we don't always have to know all of the deep details, but it's still about energetically holding space for that person and letting them know they're not alone. And if you need to rely on your support system, your support team, we're there for you. Isn't that awesome? Does anybody want to share like what their takeaways or what their thoughts are from this? Cassie's
Yeah. So can you hear me first of all?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, this is ridiculous how timely this is right now. I'm having a bit of a morning. I found out this morning that my ex is returning to the state, and that brought up a lot of things. And this is just, it's funny, like the story that you just read and like how I've been feeling like the last 2 days is like really vulnerable and like, oh my God, like it's happening. And I know I don't have to give it power, right? But like, it's a process. So yes, this is real time happening in my life right now.
Mhm.
So I kind of just want to say, and sorry, Ash, if you don't want me to, well, you posted it so everyone knows, but like it kind of just goes to show, because yesterday you kind of showed your vulnerability, and I was like, hey, girl, I got you. You're amazing. So it's kind of nice to flip that, where like it always doesn't happen to you, but you can be that sisterhood for someone else.
Mhm. Yeah, no, it's so true. I feel like, well, it's all perspective, right? And it's even when you're going through this journey of, radical self-love and self-discovery and embodiment, really, it's there are moments where it does feel a little tough, and you have to, or you get the opportunity to really, but here's what even though it feels tough, it doesn't feel like it used to feel. That's what I'm trying to say, is that it's all perspective, and we can look at our situations and experiences. Like, for example, Cassie, I remember when same thing, when my ex was coming back home from Tennessee, and I knew I was going to file for divorce right when he was coming back. It, like, I felt this like, oh my God, this little surge of panic. And I was in a completely different place in my life at that point. And it still doesn't take away from that feeling and sensation, because we're still very much human, and we're having these human emotions and human experiences. That's how we process through it. It's when we suppress it, and when we're like, I'm good, like everything is good. You are good. You are good, and everything is good, and you get to also feel that. And that immersion of like, it's like I get to have both. I get to experience both, and I get to understand and know that I'm very much well supported in this. And yesterday, what I was sharing is something that I don't necessarily want to bring attention to, because I don't want to feed that story of like being hated by people or being loved. Like I learned from a very young age that my form of people pleaser was just trying to be as invisible as possible. And so that nobody had any opinion on me, like they didn't know who I was. So it was easier for me to kind of live in those shadows. And the more I have found my voice and have shared my story, I realize that there's a polarity of people that either hate me and love me. And that I'm learning how to be okay with that. And it doesn't mean it's an easy thing. Like I do live my life like, who the fuck cares? Like it is what it is. And I'm also understanding that that hatred and that judgment is only a mirror of what's happening on the inside for them. And it has nothing to do with me. And so the reason I shared about it is because I feel like these are topics people don't always talk about. And so when people start to experience them, they're like, am I alone in this feeling? Am I going to attract more negativity if I talk about this polarity that I'm experiencing? And the truth is that you're not. And so I'm learning how to get out of my head on like thinking that I'm playing a victim in that, and it's all perspective for me. So when I'm feeling that like nervousness of sharing something like that, that tells me I'm still giving my power away somewhere outside of me.
Relatable.
And yeah, and like I'm not offended anymore when people choose to step away. I'm always going to see them and love them for where they are and who they are. Now, am I going to have a human moment about it and be like, what the fuck? Like, why? Yeah, I'm gonna. And yeah, like it's more so, no, not even that, but like, it's just a thing I've seen. The more I share how I feel and the more that I step into who I am, the more I experience that. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I started to learn about other religions and other, I guess, beliefs out there, because I wanted to understand from a place of I'm learning. I don't necessarily know. I'm not going to judge, but I'm trying to just understand where you're coming from, or understand where those beliefs are coming from. And I feel that, reading the Bible and listening to the Bible, I grew up in a Catholic home. So I learned about it in a very law abiding way. And now the way that I see it and the way that I hear it, I'm like, oh my gosh, Jesus was loved and hated. There was no indifference about it. And when I say that out loud, I'm like, am I comparing myself to Jesus? But we are all versions of that for ourselves, right? We all have something higher within ourselves, and it's remembering what that is and using our voice, using our stories to help other people see that, one, they're not alone, two, that they can overcome, and three, that they can love and be love. And that's what we're doing. We all have things that we go through that suck at times. And I feel that there's a reason why we have these experiences. And so the elephant story for me has been taking myself out of the mindset and mentality that I have to do it all alone, and that I have to be this driving force and put myself on this pedestal that I'm always good. And vulnerability is beautiful, Cassie. It really is. And it's such a beautiful place to be, because you're allowing yourself to be seen in any situation that you're in. And you're allowing yourself to receive the support that is necessary for you to get back on your horse and get back on in your circle and to be that for someone else. So I love that both of you said something that was very intertwined. Like, Ashley, you got to be that, just that little reminder of like, oh, you got this. Like, blah, 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 blah. You know what it is? It's like, sometimes that's all we need. That's all we need.
Yep.
So,
It's great.
yeah. So I feel that since there's only 4 of us here, and I think Amanda's working, so there's really like us here, is that we don't really have to break off into partner shares. I think we can take a little bit extra time here to kind of just hear where everyone's at with this, and then just provide some feedback on what we see. But really the message behind today is that just because the 6-week program is completed, it doesn't mean it's completed in your life and how you show up and how you live. And there are action steps that you get to take from this moment where it's like not something that you just check off and you're like, oh, I did the 6-week program, I'm done, and like I'm fully healed, I'm fully embodied, I'm doing all these amazing things. But it's like, how can you start to integrate what you've learned these past 6 weeks or embody some of the stories that you've shared in your day-to-day life moving forward that can help propel you into where you desire to be 1 year from today or like 5 years from today? How do you get to really start living and honoring that right now? So what we're going to do in this partner share is I want everyone to just share their story based and like take 5 minutes each person to just share like a synopsis of like your experiences in life. And I want you to notice how you talk about them. And I want you to like feel anything that comes up to you without thinking, if that makes sense. Like if you were to share your story in 5 minutes, what is that going to sound like? And it could be like, and then you start getting into your mind, like, is it the right thing? Am I saying it right? Am I not? Like it doesn't matter. Just say and speak from where you are right now and notice what comes up for you as you share. Whether it's like your heart starts racing, you feel like you're on the spot, maybe you're like, oh my God, I finally feel like I'm sharing something I've wanted to share. And this doesn't have to be like, I was born from Martha in 1942 and like it doesn't have to be that. It could be like, what's your story the last 5 days? What's your story the last year? What's something that's really like something that's really here?
Allow yourself to be vulnerable and allow us to be your elephants in circle around you.
Okay, so do you want to start?
Without judgment. And so right now my palms are sweaty because I did not prepare, just like all of you. So here we go. This is real. This is vulnerable. This is all of the things. I'm like finding myself, well, hold on, time. Here I am, distracting. I'm avoiding. Here are the patterns that are coming up. So for me, typically when I'm speaking or when I'm sharing or when I don't have anything prepared in the past, because I'm working on rewriting that story, I clam up and I have heart palpitations and I find myself, I understand how I'm talking. So I'm finding myself, the words that I'm saying, thinking, is this, like Ash was saying, because she was channeling me, is this the right thing to say? How am I going to be perceived? Is the words that I'm saying coming across in the way that I want them to be received? Or are they interpreting it completely different than how I mean it? And that at times will get me in my own head and I'll stop. And I'll just stop the share completely because at that point, I'm not sharing Lauren. I'm more concerned on how other people are going to respond to it, that I'd rather stop talking, stop sharing, go back into my comfortable little bubble and just let the feelings fester, because apparently how other people feel in that moment is more important than what I gotta say. Does anyone resonate with that? Or is that, yeah. And a prime example of my story and like just real life time was yesterday. I found myself reverting back to old patterns of, I found out a friend had unfriended me from Facebook and I got immediately, what the heck did I do? Did I do something wrong? Why did she unfriend me? What did she hear about me? I instantly was thinking about all of the things that I could have maybe potentially done wrong. When in reality, I know deep down that it has nothing to do with me. And maybe she's just on a journey of self-discovery and she is figuring out her people and who's not her people. And that actually, ironically, was a video that I saw yesterday too, of you can like me, you can hate me. Either way, and let's not use hate. You can like me or you can dislike me. That's beautiful because then you're able to go find your circle of people. You can stay in my circle if you want to be, but if I'm not meant for you, that's also a really beautiful lesson for them to be able to have the freedom to go find their people in their circle. And it's not a reflection of you, it's strictly them and their journey and where they need to take themselves. And so I was like, good reminder. And it's the moments of catching yourself too that I think are really important, because it easily could have been a perseveration. I easily in the past would have not have been able to sleep. I would have probably messaged her going into my people pleaser ways of, what did I do? I noticed you unfriended me. Is there something I did? How can I make it up to you? And instead I sat with myself and was like, you know what, Lauren, let it go. You know who you are. You know who you are, and that gets to be enough. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. And then I got to have what seemed like a difficult conversation, and it wasn't, at work. And you know what I did, guys? You know what the difficult conversation was that I thought was so difficult, and it ended up being a cakewalk? Why do we do this to ourselves? We work ourselves up and oh my gosh, it's going to be so intense. And then you do it and it's like one of the easiest things ever. I just had a business conversation about the events business here. But I worked myself up, and it ended up being fine.
Mm-hmm.
It ended up being like exactly what I wanted it to be, and I was working myself up. But what that taught me was, oh, Lauren, you don't have to be afraid to speak your mind. You don't have to be afraid to share what's on your heart, because in the past, this is why I was nervous. In the past, if I would speak up, if I would share what was on my heart, if I would say something that I disagreed with, that was automatically, okay, well, you're done. You don't agree with me. That's not okay. We're going to move on to the next person. So then my voice and my words were not valued. And so that was a repeating pattern in my mind. And I needed to experience a difficult conversation in a healthy way for me to realize and understand that I am around the people that do not think that way anymore. And I am around the people that if I stand up for myself and if I give advice, they're going to hear it with love and they're going to respond appropriately. And so while it was a difficult conversation at the time, it ended up being a beautiful lesson for me that it doesn't need to be so hard. Was that my timer?
Yep.
Perfect. Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Lessons on lessons. Thanks for circling around, guys.
Yay. All right. Who's next?
I'll go after you, Lauren, because oh my God, I can relate. And I feel as though I'm so glad that I found you and Ashley, because seriously, you guys make me feel like I'm human and I'm not this crazy person that has to hide in the corner and be small. So I'll spare you like all of the details, but I'm the oldest of three. I have two younger brothers. My husband is a middle child. He has an older brother and then a younger sister. Well, his sister and I don't drive because I'm the oldest, she's the youngest. Her brothers have always babied her. And I can resonate with that because I have always taken care of my brothers where she's been taken care of. So I can look at it as like the glass is half full instead of half empty. Like I don't have to hold back on her just because I think differently than her, because she's always gotten her way because everyone's just let her. And she I do hair for a living and she has gotten several people to stop coming to me, and I'm shaking right now, like sweaty palms, shaking. Um and that really hurts my feelings. I am such like a sensitive person, and I'm like, so I sat back and I thought about it and I was like, but I did absolutely nothing wrong. Like I treated these people very, very well. It's just really a reflection of them. And like you said, Lauren, like you can love me or hate me, but that doesn't mean that I'm this awful person. Or in this case, dislike me instead of saying hate. But that doesn't mean you did anything wrong.
it's just a reflection of maybe they're venturing out because you're not meant for every single person. And it's taken me a really, really long time to figure that out. Like, you can still support me, but you don't have to come to me. And I did the training this weekend, and I feel like doing that teacher training, because they told you to reflect and like explain everything from the weekend. And I cannot explain a dang thing because my head is just spinning. But I also know that I am a different person because the old me would play the victim card. I'm the victim. They're always wrong. But it I switched that. I'm not a victim. I just need to look at, okay, did I do XYZ wrong? And if I did, fix it. But also, that's also people pleasing. And it's this rock and hard place of self judgment. But again, you're not meant for everyone. And I'm really bad at putting my thoughts into words. So I'm really sorry if no one's following. um, Again, sweaty palms. But it's like, you can't constantly knock yourself down if you want to grow. You just need to look at it from a different lens and try to be better than you were yesterday, I guess, is what I'm trying to say in a roundabout way. I don't know.
Did you have a fear of being misunderstood?
Oh my God. I have to over explain everything. And I'm
Mhm.
doing it right now.
Mhm.
I have to justify everything. But it's because, and I know this is going to be playing the victim, but I was always told everything I said was wrong. Even though what you say is never wrong because it's you saying it,
Right.
your feelings, it's your perspective.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the I love what I love most about it is that I can see where you're getting stuck in those stories. Like where you're getting stuck in the I'm misunderstood. I need to apologize. But that comes from what you've experienced, especially like what you're living right now. And so I think one of the most important things that you get to do for yourself is just like don't judge yourself for anything that you say and stop apologizing for anything that you say. You're not hurting anyone's feelings and you're not making anyone think that you're a victim. You're doing
I would always say sorry after every sentence I said. So at least I didn't say that today. I think I might have said sorry if you're not following, but I'm really bad at putting my thoughts into words. I
Yeah.
really
Well, that's
because I
because
have so many.
right, but that's a story that's fueling that chaos because you live that chaos, right?
Mhm.
So your thoughts are a reflection of your environment and vice versa. So like when you're living that way, it feels like you're scattered, but when you speak, it makes sense.
Oh yeah, it made total sense.
And so and it's also like getting comfortable with being uncomfortable sharing those things. That's how you start to really climb out of that story of I'm a victim because nothing like there in the beginning there was a little victim, but there was nothing that was like I'm a victim. You know what I mean? Like you were identifying where in your life you've played that role and the stories that you fed to feed that role. And then you're recognizing the self-judgment and then you start getting in your head about is this right, is this wrong? There is no right or wrong. There is no right or wrong. So it's just speak your truth, speak what's on your heart, and you're going to say things that sometimes offend somebody, but when your intention is to just like this is how I'm feeling, there is nothing that can attach that to a trigger, you know what I mean, by someone else. That's more so their shit. And so like you've most of us have lived this life of like people pleasing and walking around other people's emotions and feelings. So we start to identify with, well, I guess I'm a victim then, or I'm a villain, or I'm the asshole. Um, and so I love that you shared that. And I will say, just keep sharing, especially when it makes you uncomfortable. And when you're sharing and you're like, I don't know how to conceptualize or to talk about what I just experienced this weekend because it was a lot. Then it's a lot, and that's okay.
I don't think I've really ever shared my story before, so that's also hard because it's huge.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing.
Good job.
Thanks for listening.
Of course. Who's next? Jamie or Cassie? Who's gonna do it? You're both on the cursor.
Oh man. All right. I don't even know where to start. I guess just finding myself. I shared this a couple weeks ago, I think. Finding myself not celebrating myself very often, and finding that I feel like I'm like it's never good enough, right? Like whatever you're doing, there can always be more. And I feel like that's been a big theme for a while now in like, okay, having moved from Wisconsin to Arizona to Florida, back to Wisconsin, back to Florida. And I find myself like looking back on it and knowing how far I've come in like all that time and like the different steps that I've made. But then I look at like where I am right now and where I want to be, and it just seems like there's just like this much larger gap, if that makes sense. So like living in Florida, just outside of Wisconsin, has been one of my biggest dreams. And it's like you think, okay, I've made it here, right? And it's beautiful and I love it. But then, like, what's the next step? And I find myself always looking for what's coming next. Like, okay, well, what about buying a house? What about doing this? What about doing that? And I forget to like be here, right? Be in the now, be in the like this is my life right now and just enjoying that. And it makes me uncomfortable in ways of like knowing how big my dreams are too, and like not, I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, just not being there, but also being nervous of what's there, of when I get to that point. Like, okay, well, then what am I gonna want? And like, am I gonna be able to like be in that moment then? Right? Yeah, I guess that's my biggest story right now that I'm processing through in learning how to be present in these moments and building off of what I'm doing now instead of trying to project myself into the future of like, okay, this is what I really want. And it's fun because I opened up my journal to, I think this was like the beginning of the 6 weeks. And it was like writing different goals down of like, okay, goals for today, goals for 1 week, goals for 1 month, 6 months, a year, and 2 years. And I'm looking at the one that I had for just a month. And like I did it. Like the one thing I wrote down, like I did it in this last month. And it's just like, it feels really good to like know that something that I had a goal of before is now a reality. And I didn't realize I was gonna get emotional. So yeah, that's my story right now.
I love you.
I love you.
I feel, well, the cool thing is like, because what I'm relating to in this aspect, because I'm very much the same way. I'm a huge like goal setter. I'm a huge like, let's keep going, moving the needle forward.
Mhm.
I do not quit. And if I do, it's like because it's not aligned. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, no, we're done with that. But I love that you're starting to incorporate visuals and more of that, like in the moment gratitude. Like that's what that is it's when you can see your goals and you can, let me just cancel that for a minute. You can see your goals, you embody those goals by what you're doing in your day-to-day life. and then you see that you're achieving them. It's like vision boards for some people. It's like having a word of the year for some people. What I'm personally doing in my life is I'm being overly, I feel at times it's overly thankful, overly grateful. I say thank you for everything in my life, and that's helped me really be present. And because there was a time in my life where I did not have anything that I have now, and I'm very much the same way. Like I would judge myself, or I'd feel like, well, you didn't have this before. Why do you feel like you have to keep going? You should just be happy. I remember like when my life right now was what I thought my ultimate goal in life was, and now they've become bigger. But that's the part of growing, is you don't ever hit here. You just keep elevating, you keep ascending, you keep going until you're one with spirit, until your physical body is no longer here. And so it's just that reminder of, it's not about being perfect. It's about living your life and being just so happy that you are alive and that you get to have this really cool human life where you get to experience love, heartbreak, you get to experience grief, sadness, you get to experience elevation, like all these emotions. And I just have to say thank you, because although there are moments where you're like, why do I struggle being present? We all do. We all struggle being present at some way, shape, or form or another. And that's why we meditate. That's why we do breath work. That's why we do sound healing. That's why we play music. Like when Cassie's playing her guitar, I bet you damn well, like she is losing herself in the moment.
Yeah, in the present.
And she's just so incredibly present with what she's doing. So it's finding those vices for us. When you're doing EFT, you're present and grounded. So like reflecting on those moments that really help you feel that way. And it's not like you're doing EFT all day, but you're giving yourself that time for you to be present.
And that's something to celebrate too, because you say you have a hard time celebrating, yet here you were saying and celebrating yourself, like the one thing I wrote down for my 1 month I accomplished. And so you did celebrate yourself by sharing that with us too. Yeah, Jamie. I think you're hard on yourself because you are so present and it's just the micro things.
Definitely.
Celebrations don't need to be so big and like have a party for everything, but even just like that awareness and that acknowledgement of like, I did the damn thing is great.
It's also important to have like your support people and like the people that you're connected to share your wins with. Because one of the things that I really crave for me is recognition. We're projectors, Jamie, and like we want to be recognized. And I think just humans in general do want to be recognized for their efforts. They want to be seen. They want to be heard. We want to be understood. And so having your little core group of people that like you can say like, I did it, and they're there to celebrate you or to give you, that thing that you're really desiring in that moment can help bring that celebration to life for you. So it's like people don't know what you need from them until you communicate that. And like, so even on your stories, celebrating yourself on your stories, I guarantee there's going to be people that are going to be like, oh my God, that's amazing, Jamie. And you're going to be like,
But project yourself is so happy.
True. Very true.
Yeah. So thank you very much. All right, Cassie.
Hi.
Hi.
I don't feel nervous. I'm present with what is, and I'm noticing how much my energy has shifted from prior to coming onto this call to how I feel in the present moment, which is pretty wild. It's a pretty significant shift, and this type of thing has been happening a lot for me lately, where like I'm really becoming more and more aware of how my energy is depending on who I'm around or where I'm at or what I'm listening to. So it's pretty cool. And this whole thing that's going on with my ex coming back into the state, and like this story that wants to come up about how he feels a certain way about me and how that is somehow going to affect me or who I'm being or how people perceive me. And like I'm very aware that it's a story, and but like I don't know, a half hour, well, let's see, 45 minutes ago, that story was really very loud in my mind. And now I'm remembering again, that that's not true. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm always on a really self reflective journey, and I really enjoy the process. And I'm really grateful for this space that you guys have created. And yeah, the thing too that keeps coming up for me is I've really been thinking about the Rise Up conference, and it's this subtle resistance in me to coming is based around my awareness of other people who might be there and like their perception of me. So that's the same kind of story that comes up, and it's like I don't have to let that affect me anymore. And I feel like I've reached the final boss stage where like this is like the final test in being I am planning on it, yes. This is the final test in me really getting past that old story of like other people's perceptions of me affecting me in such a deep and profound way that affect my choices, when I know I just need to really step into who I am and not allow that noise to affect me. So yeah, here we are. Yay! Both of you are going to be there. All of you are going to be there. That's exciting.
Yes, we are. We are all going to be there.
I have tears.
Thank you for sharing that. I feel, obviously you already know this because I tell you all the time, but I feel like very like aligned with a lot of what you say and a lot of what you put out there. And just in the short time, what feels like a short time that we've known each other, I've just seen a lot of that voice coming out. A lot of that, I'm not in the shadows anymore. This is who I am, and take it or leave it kind of energy. So it is a very difficult, I don't want to say difficult, but it feels difficult, but is actually really easy, right? And it's just a shift in the mind of like, if you don't show up, that you're giving your power away. That you're feeding into that story and that narrative. And so you choosing to show up for you, that's you being honorable to you. That's you committing to yourself and not worrying about anything outside of you. And because you shared that, one of the biggest things that came up for me last year at conference, and this is my 5 minutes. My 5 minutes.
Yeah,
right
you
here.
get 5 minutes too. You did.
So for me, last year conference was really an interesting little tiny test of the universe for me. Many of you know that I went through a breakup right before the event. And what a lot of people didn't know was that same week of conference, I found out that he was with somebody else. And it hurt a lot. Mostly because I had created this story of what our life was going to look like. And I fed that story. So for me, it felt very just like a huge betrayal. And when I went to the event, there was a group, a table right in front of us that one of them was best friends with the woman that he was with. And so I felt double betrayed. I was like standing on stage, talking my story, sharing my story. And I didn't really, in the moment, honestly, didn't feel any sort of connection to that until I was off. And I went into one of our Zen Den areas and I started breathing. I did breath work. And I allowed myself to just feel whatever it was because I knew I needed to show up for myself. And I was also holding responsibility of this event. And so showing up as how I was in that moment. And I did a lot of self-reflection after, because afterwards I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done like helping other people. I don't want to, like, nobody ever checks up on me. Nobody's ever asking me how I'm doing. Nobody's ever like like in that moment, I was just so angry because I felt like anytime somebody would speak or say something or do something, I was always there. Like, you've got this. And when I shared, I felt nobody was there to tell me I got this. But it goes back to Jamie's point of how do people know what I need when I'm not communicating that? And when I put myself as this boss badass, right? Like that's the energy I give off. And the person who told me that was actually Matt Schmidt. He's like, I won't lie. When I met you, I was extremely intimidated because you just are there and you're very present and you're very focused and you're very engaged and it's very intimidating. So I didn't feel I had anything to give or of value to give you. And I was like, well, that's not true. That's not true about anything or anyone. So we were both like working through our own little blocks. And what I've learned now being, almost a year later is that situation was preparing me for my next level. And I had to lose every piece of what my old identity was at that moment to elevate to this place where I'm at now. And I'm in a position in my life where asking for support has become a lot easier for me. And it's a reflection of like where I'm at in my relationship and who I've attracted into my life. I love the people that are in my life. And I don't miss anybody who's not. Like I miss some of the conversations. I miss some of the friendship aspects of it, but I don't actually miss that energy. And that's okay. I still love that for what it did for me. So I just share this because I feel like it's very easy to wrap ourselves up in the stories in the moment, especially when it's happening. So I love that, Cassie, you are so self-reflective. And I love that you each shared something because when you guys were all talking, I wanted to, like, my 5 minutes was going to be a resonation of your story. Like, I resonate. I've been there. We've done that. And that's the beautiful thing about connection is in growth, you find your people, and these are my people. Right. And so I'm grateful that we did this, and I'm grateful that we pushed ourselves way outside of our comfort zone. We knew what we were doing, but in the same breath, we didn't know that we would be re-experiencing all of these themes each and every week in the way that it happened. Mm-hmm. And it's a testament of the work that we do and the work that you're all doing, because you're all mirrors of us and we're mirrors of you. And yeah, that's all I got.
I think it's cool that we can relate and we can experience same things, but on different timelines. And there are some days where I find myself reverting back, and those days are not as often, but we're human and things come up. But the difference is now, instead of perseverating and focusing and being so down in the dumps, now it's, well, now I have the awareness to be able to push past and push through and work on it. So it's not allowing myself to be in the suck for as long as I used to. Awareness is amazing. And also I have so much of it that sometimes it's conflicting, because I'm like, man, I know the things, I know how to get myself out of it, but also I just want to boo-hoo for myself a little bit. I just want to be in the suck. I want to feel it, even though I know the tools and the things to get me out of it. I can hear Ash in my head all of the time, like asking me like the reflecting questions. Like I hear you in my head all the time. And it's so helpful. It's so helpful. And I'm like, oh, I want to be in the suck, but no, that does not serve me. I'll allow myself the opportunity to feel and experience, because human, duh, but it's not as long and it's not as often as it used to be. And that's because of community. And that's because of the people we surround ourselves with, which is a very beautiful thing. You are in my head a lot, but in like the best way. It's really helpful.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
And then I find myself like channeling my inner Ash when I'm talking to other people too. Like, oh yeah.
I think we all are just doing that of each other.
Yeah.
The last thing I just want to say too with that is, I forgot. I brain farted. No, it's
Mirrors, reflection.
it is. I have no idea what the heck I was gonna freaking say, y'all. Oh, I think it was something to do with Amanda. Amanda wants to share a little bit later. She's in a meeting. I LOL'd at her. She said he was a loud neighbor anyway. He always slammed the toilet seat. She was his neighbor. Yep.
Funny as heck.
But oh, I remember in
Always slam the toilet. That's so funny.
so Alex, my significant other, we always laugh because I'm such an expressive person that when I'm angry about something, I'm just like, ah! And like, I just get it all out. Like it is what it is. And I think that it's just funny. He's like, you're always making like little random weird noises, but it's awesome. Like you never know what's coming out of your mouth. At first he used to be like, you good? And I'm like, yes, I just need to get it a little out there. So you find ways that you just need a little bit of moment, but like that's me, right? I'm like my inner child, my soul, my essence is very playful. It is very like expressive, very just like goofy,
yeah.
like a goofy
Fun.
goober.
Yeah.
And I am also like, I also have like my calmness to me, but I don't know. I love every single part of who I am, and I wouldn't want to change any single part of who I am. There's reactions that I have, there are triggers that I have, but for the most part, like I know this is all a part of the process. I know that. And so the suck, I allow it to suck.
Mhm.
The wins, I'm working on that. The celebration piece, if I'm being honest. And but I just love my life and I'm very grateful to be here. I'm so grateful every single day. Like I remember not wanting to be here. So, yeah, just super, super grateful. So anyway, now we're going to do a little bathroom break and then we're going to do the breath and sound. So we'll meet here in 5 minutes. So actually at 10:05, 11:05 your time, Jamie. And then we'll do the breath and sound. Okay. Okay.
Here rises the morning.
Breathing deep into your belly, up into your heart space, and out through your mouth.
Of the one I hold. Horizons they beacon, thoughts of the one.
For much of this journey, I want you to focus on empowering yourself, guiding yourself through your emotions, and only coming back to my voice when you feel the need for assistance, for support, to remind you that you're not alone. And just breathe, belly, heart, and out.
I turn to listen. A voice is speaking. She's calling. Hey, I'm holding. Now I'm calling.
Keep breathing. And on the count of 3, I give myself permission to show up. 1, 2, and 3. I give myself permission to show up. Breathing all into your experience. Just belly, chest, and out. Open mouth.
Love rises like a solo city rose, bearing up under the pressure to the light she grows. Full wind, almost broke.
As you breathe,
made us stronger somehow.
bring your attention to your story, your life,
To listen,
your rise, your voice. And keep breathing
a voice
fully into your belly, fully into your heart, and out through your mouth.
she's calling. Hey, I'm holding now. I'm calling. Hey, hey, I'm all in.
Claiming in your mind, claiming in your heart that everything that you do in life, you go all in. Going all in your relationships, your family, your meditation, your practices, your voice. Keep breathing. Belly, chest, and out. And noticing what shifts within you, where your breath takes you. Back to when you were a child, back to when you were being loved, back to where you were receiving. Any of the stories that you saw, heard,
I could come along if you wanted. I think you'd be stronger on your own. I just write a song to remind you there's a sky full of stars up above. Did you get what you want? Did you get what
keep
you
breathing,
want? Are you good?
being yourself as your younger self, seeing and talking to you now. Belly, chest, and out.
When it finally hits you, ain't it overwhelming? Now you're high, 'cause I am. If it's love, just let it, baby. Everything, everything, everything is for you. From the day you met you to the day you left, the tides are rising and the sun is setting. Everything, everything, everything is for you. True.
Keep breathing, Jamie. Ashley, Cassie, belly, chest, and out. Seeing how everything in your life has shaped you to be where you land, where you are. Reminding you of your purpose. Reminding you of your heart. Reminding you of your gifts. How you show up matters.
When it finally hits you, ain't it overwhelming? Now you're high, 'cause I am. If it's love, just let it, baby. Everything, everything, everything is for you. From the day you met you to the day you left, the tides are rising and the sun is setting. Everything, everything, everything is for you. True.
Notice when you stop breathing. Notice when it slows down. Remind yourself that you can keep breathing, that you can keep forward in your life. Thoughts are just illusions. Illusions from the ego. When your ego comes up, see it for what it is and breathe through it. Belly, chest, and out.
Did you get what you want?
Shaking out your hands, shaking out your feet, connecting to your heart. That's what matters. Experiencing a new age, a new life, a new reality. When you see things for what they are, when you stop feeding the stories, when you show up in your heart, in your power.
Was it better when it wasn't love? Just unrelated passengers on the same plane. They say that there's another earth out there looking back at us, but that's just what they say. There's nothing in the way. There's nothing in the way.
Breathe even deeper into your belly, up into your heart, and passively exhale out. Belly, chest, and out.
But there's something missing, and I think I need it. Oh, but there's something missing. Oh, and I think I need it. Cause I've been thinking about it. I only imagine life is extended. Can we all handle all of the pain and all of the love and all of the magic? I'll tell you a story, you can decide if you wanna have it. If you wanna have it. Cause I've been thinking about it. I only imagine life is extended. Can we all handle all of the pain and all of the love and all of the magic? I'll tell you a story, you can decide if you wanna have it. If you wanna have it. There's nothing in the way. There's nothing in the way. There's nothing in the way. But there's something missing, and I think I need it.
Guiding yourself through the experience, asking yourself what it is that you need, what has been standing in your way, what are your blocks, what are you allowing yourself to receive? Can you let go? Can you let go of the perception who you think you're supposed to be, of how you think you're supposed to show up in your life, and you start truly embodying your love? Breathe, belly, chest, out. Bringing up the rhythm, moving it with the sound, with the music. Channeling your power, your truth, your purpose. Breathe, belly, chest, and out. seeing yourself rise above, rise up, taking back what is yours.
Is in bloom, appear, transmissions will resume. Now try to push, try to keep us all down, and hope that we will never see the truth around. Another promise, another scene, another package like to keep us trapped in greed. All green belts wrapped around our minds, and endless red tape to keep the truth confined.
There you go, Jamie. Keep breathing.
Interchanging mind control, come let the revolution take its toll. If you could flick a switch and open your third eye, you'd see that we should never be afraid to die. Rise up and take the power back. It's time the fat cats had a heart attack. You know that their time's coming to an end. We have to unify and watch our flag ascend.
Belly, chest, and out. Feeling the fire deep within your soul, deep within your spirit. Keep breathing. Belly, chest, out. Bringing your attention into the difference you get to make. How leading in your purpose guides yourself home. How leading in your purpose brings the attention to your voice, your story, and what that feels like for you. Any judgment, leave it here. Any pain, leave it here.
Run, boy, run. This world is not meant for you. Run, boy, run. They're trying to catch you. Run, boy, run. Running is a victory. Run, boy, run. Beauty lies behind the hills.
When you see yourself and you see your goals,
Run, boy, run.
What are you running towards? Belly, chest, and out. When you make them bigger, how will that feel in this moment? Who do you need to be in this moment to achieve it, to become it? Connect with your heart, not your mind, your heart. Belly, chest, and out. Get your heart on board, the logic comes, the mind comes, and plays the part to get you to achieve that. But first, it becomes about embodying that.
This ride is a journey to run, boy, run. The secret inside of you, run, boy, run. This race is a prophecy, run, boy, run. And disappear in the trees.
Do you feel worthy to achieve your dreams? You feel worthy to keep moving forward, keep breathing.
Tomorrow is another day, and you don't have to hide away, You'll be a man, boy, but for now it's time to run, it's time to run. Tomorrow is another day, when the night fades away, you'll be a man.
We're going to move into a breath hold here. In 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath. Hold your breath here. Holding your breath, witnessing your dreams, your goals, your vision, your purpose, your heart, your worthiness. You are enough. You are loved. You are supported. You are guided. Within this space and outside, your inner world is a reflection of your external world. Your external world is a reflection of your internal world. It's all the same. Keep holding. You're almost there. Three, 2, 1. Return to your normal breathing for just a moment. Feeling gratitude for how far you've come. Celebrating yourself for that month, Jamie. Celebrating yourself for this weekend, Ashley. And getting back into the reset breath for this final song. Belly, chest, and out. Follow the feeling. The feelings. When you follow the feelings, they will never leave you down. They won't let you down. They won't let you astray. Belly, chest, and out. Seeing yourself, Cassie, in that room, at the conference, at the event, meeting your people. Your people that see you, that love you, that honor you, that respect you. That you were meant to be with. Belly, chest, and out. Amanda, feeling what it feels like to just be you. Follow your heart. There you go, Jamie. Feeling the joy, the excitement of what gets to come for you. It's not fear, it's excitement. So as you breathe, feeling a smile of gratitude for the room that you're in, for the state that you're in. your son, for your family. Everything that you have done. Look at everything that you have done in your life, Cassie, Ashley. The hard moments when you had to decide don't seem so hard anymore. But with your breath, commit. Celebrating with your presence, with a smile, with a laugh, with play, and keep playing. Keep playing and having fun with your life. And on the count of 3, I have fun with my life. 1, 2, 3. I have fun with my life. And sealing your lips and returning to normal breathing. In and out through your nose. Allow your body to relax. Allow your face to relax.
To know apart you, to my passion, to my passion, some of floden, you to my partition, they Lana irota, kawa plain on and pull on to jam. Dayaku to Yakasha and Yapton. You don't know, son. To love them, love poetry. And I live, no, you don't. palm paradise. No Lord, no, he's hurting.
Allow your body to relax and find yourself in a comfortable place of stillness. You did it. You did it. Give yourself so much gratitude for showing up, for doing the work. Even when it was hard, even if you wanted to quit, you continued to show up for you. Reflecting back on the past 6 weeks, you should be so proud. And I invite you now to bring your attention and your awareness to the crown of your head. Notice any sensations without judgment. Breathing into this space. Moving down into your third eye, relaxing your eyebrows. Feeling a sense of relaxation wash over your face as you unclench your jaw. Moving your awareness down your neck and into your shoulders where we keep a lot of stress. Feel them dropping away from your ears. Imagining any weight you've been carrying melting away. Bringing your awareness into your heart space. Noticing the each breath, every expansion and contraction. Noticing that you're feeling so much lighter. Taking a deep to your breath. And just begin to notice the shift. And I invite you to repeat these following affirmations after me. I am worthy. I am enough. I am powerful. I can do hard things. Everything I need is already within. I choose to rise. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are here for a reason. And you get to share your story and your gifts with the world. Because you matter. And your story matters. And so place your hands on your heart. Locking in all of these feelings and emotions, messages, downloads. And let this be your anchor and your reminder that there's nothing you need that lives outside of you. Your worth lies within, and you hold the key. Let's take 3 big deep breaths in together. In through your nose. With a full exhale out. Again, an even deeper breath than the one before. In through your nose. With a full and complete exhale through your mouth. Last one, your deepest breath yet. Feel that expansion in your belly and your chest. With the biggest sigh of all, let it go. And with your hands still on your heart, as we breathe here in the silence together, give yourself gratitude for showing up, for doing the dang thing, and for always, always, always working on being the best you that you can be. As we come to the end of our journey together today, start to become aware of the room that you're in, bringing your attention back on this present moment, back into your space, back into your body. Taking deep breaths, connecting to your senses, noticing what you can hear, noticing what you can feel. Is there anything that you can smell or taste? Slowly bringing some movement into your body by wiggling your fingers and your toes, and maybe you feel called to stretch. Or give yourself a big hug. It is 11:11. And whenever you're ready, you can gently open your eyes.
Oh, I got a fart.
That probably picked up.
Oh. Was the thing still on?
Yeah.
The original sound?
No, I turned it off.
Then they didn't hear it. All right.
Oh, I had some people pop off.
Yes. People had to work and
Worky dorky.
go.
That
Okay.
makes sense.
All right, we'll share some things. Cassie's probably taking a nap. Blah. All right, we'll finish off and then complete this call and then share the replay in the program chat. Yeah? All right,
so
great.
good.
So, thank you, everyone who has participated in this program. It has been so fun, so amazing, and very enlightening on so many levels. So, I am I'm sleepy but present. Okay, great. Love that. Oh, my feet are sleeping. Where am I?
Right there.
Sure. All right, the last things we would love to leave y'all with is, where do we go from here? Where do we go from this space? What's next? What's happening? All the things. So when we started Rise Up Experiences several years ago, we went through our whole brand identity and identifying what our logo is. And the more that we do this work, the more, I guess, the things are evolving and shifting. So we have this logo, it's called Educate, Empower, and Rise. And like, I've just been seeing this a lot in breathwork journeys, the C's. That really what we do here is we help people lead with confidence, clarity, and connection inside and connection outside. And so I just want to share why we believe in these so much, and just like what that has to do with neuroplasticity and like the neurological space of rewiring your brain to get your body on board with your goals and your dreams. So the first one is obviously confidence. And confidence is something that I feel a lot of people struggle with. I've struggled a lot with confidence in my life. Like when you stand up on stage or when you're talking to groups of people, you get really into your head and thinking, we literally had this discussion, like you're more worried about what they feel about you versus speaking your truth and just honoring your purpose in this lifetime. So confidence is not something that we're all born, like it's not something that we like she's a confident person, she must have always been that way. It's a skill that is developed through neuroplasticity. So if you've struggled a lot with feeling like you're isolated or feeling like you don't belong anywhere, that typically has something to do with our worthiness wounds, which impacts our confidence and how we show up. So how you start to really go from this place and begin to embody that confidence and lead with it is by consistently reinforcing positive thought patterns, behaviors, and self-beliefs about yourself. You can rewire your brain for greater confidence. And so everything that we've done over the past 6 weeks is something that you'll have access to for as long as we have it. We are going to be professionally recording this program with the help of Taylor Miller. So as a gift to everyone who invested into this, we are going to give all of you that program once it's completed, with like professional lighting and like a space. So it's a self-guided program, but then we also ask that you share it with people that you feel could benefit from it, because our intention here is to just help as many people as possible that are meant for us, and then help bridge the gap in other ways. So once we are completed with that program, which I don't know, our goal is sometime this year. More than likely by the end of the summer, you will have access to all of these recordings. They won't go away. You'll be able to visit it. You can do the workbook. If you want a new workbook, you can just contact us and say, hey, I want to do the 6-week program on my own. Can you send me the link to the workbook? We actually have these available on Amazon. So you can just order it straight to yourself and do the 6-week program again, however many times you need to. And then you'll get the recording once we're done with that. The second piece of Rise Up Experiences is providing people with clarity. So clarity, obviously, is the ability to think and focus and make decisions with confidence. And it's intentionally shaping our thoughts, habits, and environment to rewire the brain to function with greater precision. And then the last one is connection, which is essential for brain development. Being connected to people that you inspire to be like. I feel like changing your circle or really paying attention to your circle is the fastest way to growth. So if you don't like where you're at, look at your environment, look at the people that you're surrounding yourself with. Are they empowering you? Are they enabling you? Are they do they believe in you? Are they pushing you to become your best self? Are they kind of letting you fall behind? Are they holding you accountable? Are they not holding you accountable? That is something that's super important. And connection is also what's happening inside and also outside. So mind body connection is very important. Human connection is very important. So just to further expand on those, just all right. Love this. Okay. So, just some tips that we will share in the chat is when it comes to confidence and reframing, like what are some things that you can do over looking at everything that we've covered the last 6 weeks. It's really about awareness and reframing what you speak to yourself. So noticing the self-talk and noticing when you say things like, I'm not good enough, I don't have the education, I can't do this, it's too hard. Replacing that with I am capable of figuring this out, or something that is going to counteract that negativity. So just notice when self-doubt comes, self-judgment comes, and then start to reframe that. The other thing that we recommend is visualizing your future version. So meditation is going to be something we highly recommend that you do moving forward, is visualizing the life that you want and getting very clear through breath work, through sound healing, through prayer, through your meditation practice, music, what it is that you are choosing to become. And so spend just a few minutes a day visualizing yourself in that situation. So what is your higher self doing? Who are they talking to? Who are they surrounding themselves with? What kind of activities are they a part of? Are they going to conferences? Are they going to retreats? Are they running retreats? So start to visualize yourself in that space. And I want to go back to what Jamie said, and this is why this happens, is when we start to visualize ourselves, what's happening in our brain is that we are actively seeking evidence to make that true in our environment. So when you achieve something, sometimes it's very easy for us to be like, I thought I was going to be way more excited. Why am I not feeling excited? That's ego. That's the ego telling you how you should be responding. But that's proof that what you're doing is working, because you are achieving these goals, you are achieving your visualizations because of your, like, where you're placing yourself. So instead of looking at it as I thought I was going to be more excited, maybe looking at it as I of course I did this, like, and so and yes and more please, essentially.
Yes and more please.
Yes and more please. And that's something that you can do to celebrate yourself. So the other things with all clarity, connection, and confidence is continue to push yourself outside your comfort zone. So notice when in your life you begin to feel comfortable and you're feeling complacent with where things are at. Taking small, manageable risks. So thinking of speaking up for yourself in a relationship or a meeting or to your boss, trying something new to train your brain to embrace discomfort.
My example perfectly from what I said in the beginning with getting outside of your comfort zone. Because your confidence will grow when you repeatedly put yourself in opportunities and face challenges that you're able to prove to yourself that you can handle them, that you can do them. It is uncomfortable. And you guys know the saying that growth happens outside of that comfort zone. That growth won't happen unless you take those small steps and then, manageable ones, like speaking up in a meeting for me, because then you're training your brain, like Ash said, to really embrace that discomfort. And then you will know that you're not dying. You survived. It was fine. It was beautiful. And it's a lesson, which I think is great.
Yep.
I didn't die.
No, you didn't die. You're fine. The other thing that's really important to be aware of is your body language. and how you present yourself, because your body language communicates everything that you're feeling without even saying anything. So notice when you find yourself slouching over or kind of going within yourself. Notice that when you're talking to people, are you making eye contact? Are you not? Are you avoiding eye contact? Are you picking at your hands? Are you picking? Because that can all communicate to someone whether you're engaged or not engaged. And how you can really embrace confidence is by opening up yourself more. So think of like opening up your heart space and leading heart first. Is if you want to envision like your heart is like exploding out of your chest, like how does that look like when you're walking around and engaging with people? So power poses are something that can really be an essential tool and really easy to do. And obviously celebrating yourself, all the things that we tend to not do, but are very important. So we'll share some of those in the chat when we share the replay to this. And then last but not least, wow, I'm way up here. Oh. I was like, where are my eyeballs? They're right there. Okay. Last but not least, what are some things that are, what's the next steps? Where are we? Right here. Okay. There we go. So next, what are some things that we have coming up? Obviously, we have our monthly day retreats. Our next one is Monday, April 28th from 6 to 8:30 p.m. And it is Bloom into Your Best Self. We are going to be doing a pop-up plant bar. We're providing the plants and the soil, and you just got to bring your own planter. And we'll do a guided meditation through that. So that is something that you guys you're invited to. At the investment's like $44
Yeah, super.
on Eventbrite. You can get that. Otherwise, every one of you has general admission access to the Rise Up experience, which is Friday, day 2. It's all the somatic practices. We really, really, really encourage all of you to be a part of day 1 as well, the VIP experience with the workshops, because those are more integrative. Those are more small group based, so that you can step even more outside of your comfort zone. And what that looks like is basically you would just pay the price difference. We do give you a discount. I think it's a 20% discount, and then you pay the difference for the VIP. And you can break that up in payment plans if you need to. Otherwise, you can just pay for it. We'll send you an invoice through QuickBooks. And then as we said in the beginning, so the Rise Up experience is, you've heard us talk a lot about it. This is our fourth one. And it's really to get you out of your mind and into your body with some really amazing people. That is what the Rise Up experience really is. It's like this giant dance party, giant, just like, this is who I am, embodiment of who it's vulnerable, it's raw, it's real, it's so many words that I can't even really describe, but until you're in that space. So if you've been there, you know what it's like. It's shifting a little bit, but maybe 15th and 16th is when it is.
It's a feeling.
It's a feeling.
I just feel all the feels when I look at these pictures.
Yeah. Like, it's not really something you can describe. It's like, you just have to feel it.
Yep.
Oh, dang it. That photo, it's fine. Other thing is, if you showed up to all 6 weeks of the program, if you weren't able to show up live, you had 24 hours. So this is more an integrity check on yourself. We trust you. If you didn't show up, we just ask that you honor that for yourself. And we also ask, like, step forward, because it's an opportunity for you to really own that for you. Is we do have the whole woman retreat that is happening this July 20th through the 26th. And we do have, I think, one spot for sure available, maybe 2. Pretty sure it's just 1. But your deposit is covered with your participation in this program. So usually we require a $500 deposit. We treat your investment as that $500. So then you get to, we have payment plans, 4 months. You don't have to be paid in full by the time you're there. So as long as you create a payment plan, which very easy to do, you can be there. I just got my tickets yesterday from Green Bay, round trip. I'm excited. It's official. I'm going 3 days early and spending 3 days in the Amalfi Coast. So some of us are going a little bit early, but this experience is really about play. It's about embracing the woman within. It's about just the embodiment. It's not necessarily geared towards like going into all the depths of who you are. That's more Tulum, but this one is about embracing, having fun, joy, connection, community, being in sisterhood. So if you have interest in being a part of that, just reach out to me, and I will send you the link to sign up for that. And then last but not least, we are going to be doing the Awaken You retreat in Tulum in February of 2026. Dates are not set yet because we've got Lauren that will be stepping in to facilitate with me. And then Taylor is going to be there doing video for us. But again, your deposit is covered with participation.
If we go around my birthday, that is my 30th birthday.
We may go during Lauren's
Whoa.
birthday.
That would be insane.
That would be really cool.
That would be cool.
Okay. So, if you have questions on like what's the difference, the biggest difference is Italy is for women only. That is a brand that we've created with my other partner who lives in Mexico, the Whole Woman Retreat. And that's what Egypt will be next year. But the Awaken You retreat is for both men and or women to be a part of, whether it's more so a calling. Do you feel the calling to be in Tulum? And that one is a very in-depth experience. Very much, I would say it's great for facilitators, people that coach individuals who work with others, that are building communities, so that you can see and understand. You can only take your clients and people as far as you're willing to take yourself. So it's a really great way to build in support systems for those in your community. It's all about nervous system regulation. We teach healing modalities to self-regulate. So we do ice therapy, we do breath work, we do EFT, we do sound, we do music and movement, a lot of music and movement, and some other Temescal, Sweat Lodge, all the things. So that is what we will say. We would love to see you at one, at all the things. And we also have this here that is really important for us and also for you, is your words matter, testimonials matter. So if you feel like you want to share something, video is awesome because then we share it on our platforms, as long as you are okay with us sharing. Obviously, maybe do written if you're, and you can even put anonymous if you don't feel like you want your name out there, that's okay. Video is the most impactful for sure. We love videos. So if you want to send us like a 1-minute testimonial, just know that we will be using that on our social medias and splicing that to do for marketing with this program. We'll also put it on our landing page with this program once that is ready. And if you send us a written or video testimonial by April 1st, next Tuesday, we will give you our, let's see.
I can send them a journal.
Oh yeah, so Lauren will send you a journal.
I don't have a copy on me right now, but I have Rise Above journals that I would love to send you as a thank you. The layout is actually very similar to this one with the journal prompts and the gratitudes and all of that. So if you get us your testimonial, I will send that your way.
Yep, by next Tuesday, send this one, you'll get a journal. Also, what else did I want to say? I just want to say thank you for everything. I know it's not always easy to show up, especially if you've had a habit of signing up for things and not showing up. And you've really pushed yourself outside of your comfort zone by showing up. We just honor you and we love you and respect the heck out of you for doing everything that you do.
Truly.
Your work in this world matters. We all have a purpose. We all have a vision. We all have a mission. And if we have a small part in helping you remember that, then we did our part in the world. And we look forward to doing more of these kinds of programs, more of these kinds of experiences as we fine tune and figure out the direction that we want to go. But ultimately we wouldn't have been able to do this without any of you. And there was 30 of you almost
Ugh.
that were a part of this for our first one, which is amazing.
Insane. It's so
Um,
good. You guys should be proud of yourselves for showing up. I'm proud of you. I
I'm
love
proud
you.
of me too.
Good job.
I'm proud of you too.
Proud of. Thank you to Jamie for stepping in with EFT and just the engagement and the group chat and the support and the love that you guys not only showed yourselves, but to everybody else in this container as well. The respect and the professionalism and the love and the encouragement is so greatly appreciated. The chat is going to stay open throughout the end of the week. And then next Tuesday, if there's anything in there you guys want to like screenshot or keep, you can do that this week. We'll continue to be in there, but Tuesday next week, just for the integrity of the space and officially closing the container, that group chat will be deleted. Just, to really just close it with love.
Close it with love. All right, sweet. Well, we love you. It's 11. It's 1133.
Perfect time to hop off.
Yeah, we are ready to move forward. Cassie, can't wait to see you at the event at the Rise Up Experience.
Yes. Proud of you.
But yeah, that's all we have. Thank you for everything. We are complete. I feel complete.
I feel complete.
And we'll
Thank you,
see
thank you,
some
thank
of
you.
you tonight.
We love you.
Yay, love you.
Bye.
Chat soon.